Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilay Tiambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, SODELPA leader charged by FICAC today. High Court struck out Chaudhry's application. And farmer remanded for various sexual offence charges.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Social Democratic Liberal Party leader Sitiveni Rambuka has been granted bail by the Suva Magistrates Court this afternoon. Rambuka is charged by FICAC with one count of providing false declaration of assets, income and liabilities to the Supervisor of Elections. Akosita Tale with more details.
A huge crowd turned up at the Suva Magistrates Court as SODELPA leader Sitiveni Rambuka appeared before Magistrate Chiochi Mbosiwanga. The charges have been laid under Section 24 of the Political Parties Registration, Conduct, Funding and Disclosures Act of 2013. Rambuka is alleged to have in 2017 provided a false declaration of assets and liabilities to the Supervisor of Elections by failing to provide information pertaining to the tax liability with the Fiji Revenue and Customs Service, which amounted to over $316,000. He is also alleged to have failed to declare investment and interest income from Ragwan Constructions Limited in the amount of $200,000 and $16,000 respectively, and also a liability in the amount of $120,000. FICAC counsel Rashmi Aslam informed the court that an expedition application will be made in view of Section 18 of the Electoral Act for the court to make a prompt decision on this matter, and that the full disclosures will be served by next Tuesday. Defense counsels Filimoni Vosarongo and Linda Tambuya requested the court grant them 2 weeks to properly go through the disclosures. Tambuya requested the court give ample time to allow them to transcribe the caution interview from the disc handed to them today and match it with the disclosures once they are received. Rambuka was granted bail of $300 with two sureties, his cousin Masi Loma Loma and close friend Sakiusa Raivode. He surrendered his passport and was told not to reoffend, issued a stop departure and told to report to the Nambour police station on the first Saturday of every month between 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. The matter has been adjourned to June 6th for plea. Akosita Tale, FBC News.
We now join Akosita, who has been following this latest development. Akosita, can you tell us more?
Jackie, in court this afternoon, Magistrate Chiochi Mbosiwanga also asked the FICAC lawyers and defense counsels if there was any objection to him hearing this matter, as there may be a conflict of interest, as his father also attended the same school that Mr. Rambuka went to in QVS back in the 1960s. The parties have been given until the next court sitting, which is on June 6th, to consider and inform the court on their respective stance. Also today, Rambuka reiterated that the party leadership will not change until he is convicted by the court, and for now he remains the SODELPA leader. And also Rambuka is calling on his party supporters to remain steadfast and continue to observe the law. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Akosita. The Suva High Court has struck out the application filed by Fiji Labour Party leader Mahendra Chaudhry on his eligibility to contest this year's general election. Chaudhry's lawyer Anand Singh had filed originating summons and was seeking declarations that the 2013 Constitution and the electoral decree were not in force when his client was found to have committed offences under the Exchange Control Act. Pranita Prakash reports.
Solicitor General Sharvada Sharma had filed an application to strike out the matter on the grounds that the court does not have the jurisdiction to hear the matter. Sharma had said the orders sought in the originating summons is an abuse of court process and that the court has no jurisdiction to grant such orders. Judge Justice Kamal Kumar in his ruling said the High Court does not have the jurisdiction to entertain or grant any order, relief, remedy in any proceedings of any nature in respect to the validity or the constitutionality of the Constitution. Justice Kumar says the court cannot order Chaudhry to be nominated as a candidate for the election or that he is eligible to contest the election on the grounds that power is vested in the supervisor of elections and the Electoral Commission. He says the Electoral Commission's decision in this regard is not subject to review by the court or any tribunal. Justice Kumar dismissed and struck out Chaudhry's application. The High Court has also ordered Chaudhry to pay $2,500 as cost. Meanwhile, in a statement, Chaudhry has expressed disappointment that the High Court has denied him the right to legally challenge the ban placed on him to contest national elections by the imposed 2013 Constitution. Chaudhry questioned if those aggrieved under the Constitution cannot seek redress through the courts, what avenue is open to them to seek justice. Chaudhry says he intends to appeal the ruling in the Court of Appeal. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
A 61-year-old farmer who allegedly committed multiple sexual-related offences on 7 young girls in Kandavu has been remanded in custody by the Magistrates Court. The farmer appeared in the Suva Magistrates Court this afternoon, charged with 8 counts of rape, 5 counts of sexual assault, 6 counts of indecent assault and 6 counts of indecently insulting a person. It's alleged that the man committed the offence from 2011 to 2017 on different victims. The 7 victims involved are between the ages of 9 and 13 years. The accused is alleged to have sexually assaulted the victims when they came to his canteen in a village in Kandavu. The Magistrates Court has transferred 4 of his matters to the High Court, while 3 matters will be called in the Suva Magistrates Court on the 8th of June. Still to come, 600 people in Nandi receives grants from government. And MRG Production from the US currently shooting a movie in Navua. Stay with us.
Bula, neva ngomal kay leloma, ngongay nakas ondo magrong ng Bula FM, nambandua ay nasere.
Hoya ubasit sa ilambasa, ya ondo talita ina warong ng Bula FM, nambandua ay nasere.
Guya do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambandua ay nasere.
Na vengo fani na tao nengo singa toka, kita ondo talita ka ng Bula FM, nambandua ay nasere.
Bula FM, nambandua ay nasere.
600 people in Nandi today received grants from the government under the Micro and Small Business Scheme. As Felipe Naikaso reports, 19,548 businesses have been assisted by the government with a total of $19 million invested since 2015.
These recipients were today reminded that all huge businesses started small, but with careful planning, they are now successful.
And by being here today, you have demonstrated that you are ready to continue with your lives, either by starting a new business or by growing an existing business.
Through government's partnership with the Fiji Development Bank on this program, many will go on to expand their current businesses.
This grant, I really appreciate. I will make a shed for my duck and chicken farm. So because I'm old, I'm 60 plus, I'm a senior citizen of Nandi, and I will try to progress this business.
I'm really happy that I've received the grant today. This will help my family and I, as it will support our tree breeding business in Nandi.
Yes, I'm very happy that I received my grant this morning.
The grants will definitely go towards my cattle business, as we rely on this business as a family.
Also today, 50 people were issued with new registered and renewed leases. This included 22 residential and agricultural leases and 6 commercial leases. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
The American company MRG Productions is currently shooting a movie called Pearl of Paradise in Pacific Harbour near Navua. The movie has a budget of more than $5 million and most of it will be shot in Fiji. Executive producer of the movie, Michael Goldstein, says it is a romance whereby the main actress comes to Fiji with a writer on an adventure trip to find a mythical blue pearl and they fall in love. He says 96 local crew and 100 company crew members are working on the production. A Another movie, Free Reign, was also shot by the production house at the Shangri-La Fijian Resort earlier this month.
So far we're on day 8 and we are shooting 15 days, but we also had sort of done 2 movies back to back, so that the first movie shot for 15 days and then we're shooting for 15 days. So it's, Free Reign was the first one that was came in, and so that was actually what was the great idea, was that we were able to get everybody and do it economically by being able to actually mount 2 productions at the same time.
Now here's a special story for tonight. A Taveuni mum was expecting a baby boy, but what she was not expecting was a baby weighing 11 pounds, or approximately 5.2 kilograms. Eleanor Tarangaiviu caught up with both mum and baby at the Waievo Hospital today.
Born at approximately 4:14 a.m. yesterday and measuring 57 centimeters in height, baby Jonathan Kuroi surprised midwives and his mum when he arrived crying, kicking and weighing more than expected.
Oh my goodness, I was just crying because he's the biggest for me, and also they said it's the biggest for their hospital, the biggest they've ever delivered.
Baby Jonathan is baby number 6 for Amorina Mitchell. Her previous babies weighed around 4 kilograms.
It was a struggle, but I'm thankful to the staff, the nurses and the doctor at Waievo Hospital for helping me come through it all.
Proud grandmother Philomena Mitchell, a former senior nurse and sister at the Taveuni Hospital, says she has never come across a big baby like Jonathan during her years of service.
He's gorgeous, eh? First time for me to come across, being a nurse, but I haven't come across one with 5.2, even 5. 5.2 is...
On record, the heaviest baby born at the Waievo Hospital was 5 kg and was born last year. Baby Jonathan Kuroi, who has now fallen off to sleep, has broken that record. Eleanor Tarangaiviu, FBC News.
Absolutely sweet. Up ahead in sports with Jamie, Gareth Baber explains early departure for London Sevens, but up next is Kelly with business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening. Coming up, business owners in the West gets training. And in growing Fiji, new port has to be built in Nasinu. Stay with us.
Lola, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singatoka. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singatoka. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singatoka.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
At least 20 participants from small and medium local businesses in the Western Division are currently attending a 2-day training to help them better prepare for natural disasters. The training is part of the United States Agency for International Development's READY project, which is strengthening the environmental and disaster resilience. Philippe Nekaso has more.
It's not only for them.
Representatives from different businesses in the Western Division have been reminded to be more proactive when dealing with natural disasters.
How do you prepare for a disaster in advance of the disaster? You don't just have the disaster come and then people don't show up, your building's been damaged, your supply routes have been cut. It's trying to plan in advance for all the possible outcomes of a natural disaster.
With Ba being one of the worst affected during the recent floods, a continuity plan has been recommended to business owners post-natural disasters.
The workshop has really helped with understanding what businesses go through during disasters like flood and how the ministry can help, how we can better help them
cope with and also prepare for.
Currently, we have got plan in place how to tackle this kind of issues, but I think this is a better training program that we can better our current structure plan that we have got in place.
The training follows the earlier programs held in Lambasa last year and in Suva earlier this year. Philip Naikaso, FBC News.
We now join Rocco from HFC Bank with the latest from the money market.
A quick look at the global markets. The US dollar was pretty heavy in the news this morning. The number of new applications for unemployment benefits increased more than expected last week. But the greenback remained below a level consistent with a healthy labor market. The yield on their benchmark 10-year Treasury note fell to 2.96% after Federal Reserve showed a tolerant stance to inflation above 2%. Meanwhile, Asian stocks opened lower after the cancellation of the US North Korean summit, which sparked a move to safe haven assets. US stocks closed lower despite a late rally, though S&P 500 futures edged higher. That's all for this week from HFC Bank.
Thanks, Rocco. Taking a look at the currency exchange rate set this morning for the Fijian dollar on a volatile foreign exchange market. Our dollar rose against the Chinese yuan, the US dollar and the kina, and showed minor slippage against the other currencies recover. In the commodities market, oil continued to drop, closing just below $71 a barrel. Gold rose past the 1,300 mark for 1,302 per ounce, and silver showed a gain, closing at 1,662 an ounce. In Growing Fiji tonight, a newly built courthouse will soon be constructed in Nasinu that will cut out unnecessary travel for those who need to go to court and live along the Suva-Nosori corridor. Acting Prime Minister Ayaz Said Kayum today officiated at the groundbreaking ceremony and says this will give a sense of township to Nasinu. This courthouse will include facilities such as courtrooms, magistrate chambers, tribunal rooms, cell blocks, administration, exhibit rooms to witness rooms and other support offices.
Of course, the judiciary now is much larger than what it was. We need to be able to provide a conducive environment for the judges, for the magistrates, and various other staff that actually work to give their support to the magistrates and the judges. Because if the work environment is not conducive, they obviously will not necessarily do well.
Chief Justice Anthony Gates says the courthouse in Nasinu was very small and it became extremely busy.
We have 2 resident magistrates sitting at Nasinu today. Soon we will provide 4 magistrates at this centre. The Small Claims Tribunal sits here, as also from time to time the LTA Tribunal. Other tribunals, such as the Employment Relations Tribunal and the Tax Tribunal, can also hear cases here. As part of the Access to Justice program, we intend to bring the courts, whenever possible, to the users of the court system.
The courthouse will soon have 4 magistrates. Tribunals that will be set up include the Small Claims, Employment Relations and Tax Tribunal. Kelly Vathala, FBC News. And that's business for tonight. Jamie joins you now with sports.
Thanks, Kaylee, and good evening in sports tonight. Tavoa creates first upset at Fiji Fact. And Suva Taekwondo Club gears up for the Korean Ambassador Cup. This and more coming up.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Kritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Back with a vengeance, the Tavoa football side has created the first upset of the 2018 Vodafone Fiji Fact, defeating Nandi 2-1 in the opening match at Nausori's Ratu Dakambau Park this afternoon. Earning promotion to the Premier Grade this season, the match was Tavoa's first in the Fiji Fact after 5 years. Meli Tavanga reports.
Tavua's first goal was scored by Vileve Laulalevu in the 8th minute of play, and Napoleon Ngasi equalizes for Nandi in the 35th minute.
The way Ratu Serusi playing it across field, a header through, following through, and Tavua!
I understand regarding the mentality, which is...
As Nandi coming to attack, and that chance by Ngasi Vakatini in the...
Both teams were tied at 1-1 before Vilitati Kautong of Tavua scored the winning goal in the 76th minute of play to seal their victory.
Counter attack across on by Shivnil, played in field, a lovely play by Tavua, the turn and drive, and Tavua.
Coach Saroj Kumar says his players stuck to the game plan.
Everybody comes to a win, we know that, and when we were playing against Nandi, we tried to hold Nandi as much as possible, don't let them play, and we wanted to see that we capitalize on their mistakes while also creating opportunities for ourselves having possession.
Captain Chovili Simborisi says it was their teamwork that gave them victory.
We thank the Lord for his guidance through the match, and thank to the boys for their hard work and the official for their guidance through the team.
Nandi President Javed Ahmad says they will go back and work on their weaknesses before the next game.
Yeah, absolutely. Both are class teams. Lautoka coming back from O-League, and Suva is a very good side. So yeah, we have got very hard work ahead, but nothing is impossible. We're going to go back to camp and we're going to make sure that we come out and then play better tomorrow.
Tavua meets Suva tomorrow and will then take on Lautoka on Sunday. Meli Tabanga, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, Lambasa got its fact campaign after a good start, defeating Reketi 2-0 this afternoon. And joining us now with more from the competition venue is Vashnil Prasad. Vashnil, what's the latest?
Jamie, it has been a slow day here on the day one of the Vodafone Fiji Fact. Probably some surprises, I'll tell you later. But for now, we'll be joined by the Fiji football team captain and the wonder boy of Fiji, Roy Krishna. Roy, your day out here, first day, probably a slow day as we go into this evening.
Yes, thank you, Vashnil. Yeah, that's what you expect. First day, it's still a bit rusty, but some great talent and exciting matches.
Your words on Tavua probably upsetting the first upset of the tournament to Nandi 2-1.
Yes, last season they were pretty much one of the dark horse, and I think this season you can see they came out, and the first tournament, young boys, no one knows them, but you can see they were a great side.
Roy, I believe it's a bit tough to play back-to-back 90 minutes game each day, but what's your advice as a professional player to these young players and probably to the older players, 33 years of age, but still going and playing like 3 back-to-back for 90 minutes game?
I think straight after 90 minutes is to go do a recovery, probably ice bath for 20 minutes and then maybe massage. So I think most of them, the veteran knows them pretty well, so yeah, it's up to the team to do it.
It's the last question about you when you're heading back to Wellington Phoenix.
I'm going on the mid-June, so there's another 2 or 3 weeks to go. So I'm enjoying at the moment my holiday, and I'm at the best events in the tournament.
Enjoy your tournament. There you go. That was Roy Krishna. But to summarize day one's competition, Tavua upsetting Nandi by 2-1. After that, Lambasa beat Reketi 2-0. Just now, the game between Suva and Lautoka. What a game it is. OFC Champion League finalist against the Vodafone Premier League top of the table. Suva still going on. 0-0 draw, and after this will be Ba taking on Rewa. Jamie.
Fiji Airways men's sevens coach Gareth Baber has the final leg of the World Series carefully mapped out. With Fiji leading South Africa by only 4 points on the series table, every game in the last 2 tournaments of the season will be crucial for a World Series win, forcing Baber to take some proactive measures to ensure his team is fit and ready when the London tournament kicks off.
Get into the tournament city or tournament country, recover, and then get 2 or 3 days of good training in before we sort of lighten up the week to make sure that we're where we need to be come the competition. And that's hugely positive, especially at the end of a season where everybody's worked so hard. The last thing you want to do is probably go into a tournament where you're tired. So really want to make sure they're as fresh as possible.
Preparations are gearing up well for the Suva Taekwondo Club ahead of the Korean Ambassador Cup Championship in July. The club has also been boosted with the services of an expert who is training their young martial artists ahead of the championship. Meli Tavanga reports.
The Suva Taekwondo Club has a big plan to score high at the upcoming Korean Ambassador Cup Championship and has invited a Taekwondo master to guide them.
2 months. 2 months teach the taekwondo and go back to Korea. So and some more. I like the Fiji, so I want to again teach the Fiji.
Taekwondo Peace Corps volunteer Sugi Ki says she's overwhelmed with the response from the students at the club.
We really ready the Ambassador Cup, Korean Ambassador Cup, and 21 July. So many practice now.
13-year-old Ari Gokul of Suva Club has just returned from China, and he's one of the martial artists to watch at the championship.
Parents wanted me to join Taekwondo to get some activity. So then I moved to China to continue. And then I furthered my thing and I went to a tournament. And from there I just started to grade.
The Korean Ambassador Cup Championship will be held on the 21st of July at the FMF Gymnasium in Lalabay, Suva. Meli Tavanga, FBC Sports.
In today's play of the day, Parramatta Eels winger George Jennings spoilt what would have been a sure try for the Brisbane Broncos with an intercept to score one of his own. The try, though, was not enough to help the Eels to victory. The Broncos eventual winners 16-8 in round 12 of the NRL last night. That's it from sports tonight. Angie joins you later on with weather and in new media. The new device that could remove the need for soundproofing. Details after the break.
Narang golesenya, Obama kita nakas, dorong-rong bina kape, na radio Fijuan, nandong may bit.
Ayaw benyana, kita barong na radio Fijuan, nandong may bisi, hindi natoka.
Guelo ilaisa ingatoka. Rong Robin na Makawa na Radio Fiji One hingatoka.
Radio Fiji One, non domoy viti.
In new media tonight, we take a look at a device called Muzo. It's weather time now with Angie.
Hello to you and to the wonderful weekend. It's such an amazing day with loads of sunshine, and hey, it's Friday. Excited? But do note a high and low pressure system is expected to bring heavy showers to the southern and eastern parts of Fiji. Taking a look in the west, a scorchy day with beautiful clear spells. If you're visiting the west, I'm pretty sure you are loving it. Eastwards from Peck Harbour to Suva, a splendid sunny day with mugginess. And up north, a cozy yet sunny one with light showers in the forecast for tonight. At sea, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots with moderate to rough seas. For the tides, low tide at 8:47 p.m. with high tide at 3:11 a.m. Sunrise at 6:28. For tomorrow, the sunshine is expected to disappear for a while as the trough of low pressure will bring about rain. Tomorrow's temps, Suva and Savu Savu will be cool at 28 degrees. And looking further on to Sunday, heavy showers with thunder is expected. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fijian Pulse tonight, we asked, should more children's play parks be set up in major towns and cities?
Yes, I believe there should be more children's park built so that families can take their kids to these places and have a family day.
We need more parks for children in the city area and town there, because we got so many children. There's nowhere to play. So only the sugar park is not enough.
Yes, because they can enjoy themselves.
Yes, it should be so that children can be socialized and enjoy themselves, learn more. Yeah.
I think so. There should be more children's park in towns and cities, so that to keep them to occupy themselves and keep themselves fit.
Yes, I definitely think there should be more children's park development so that children can enjoy, have fun.
Recapping the main stories for tonight, Sadelpa leader charged by FICAC today, High Court struck out Chaudhry's application, and farmer remanded for various sexual offence charges. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question. This week we're asking, do you think sex education should not be treated as a taboo subject? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day, an absolutely beautiful sunset shot taken by Jemima Turangai View inside Fiji Link flight from Nuku'alofa to Nandi. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ लुम्बुआ से। जैसे प्रेनी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।